All right, so we are going to do a art lesson with oil pastels, with the oil resist, salt, watercolors, and we're gonna make a winter scene. So you should have a piece of watercolor paper that is horizontal. Horizontal means it goes this way, not vertical, which goes up and down. So with your paper horizontal, you're gonna take a pencil and write your name and class code on the back. So go ahead and put your name and class code on the back and then flip it over. And the first tool that you're going to get is the black oil pastel. Now with oil pastels, they'll smear with your hands. So you want to be sure that when you're drawing, that your hand is up more like this so that the bottom of your hand doesn't smear the black. So do the best you can to hold it straight up and down and make your lines. So we're going to draw some trees. Winter trees, they don't have any leaves, and these ones aren't going to have any branches. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to do kind of a diagonalish line going from the bottom to the top. Trees are not in perfect lines, so I'm not going to worry about if it's a perfectly straight line or if it's a little crooked because they're trees. And it's okay if it doesn't look like your neighbors. I'm actually going to have these two collide together. And I'm keeping them, though, the same width from here to here. They're about the same. So I have two tree trunks. I'm going to add another one that's kind of a little squiggly. And two lines that match. I'm holding my hand up so that it doesn't smear. I'm going to go a little bit this way with this one. And a copycat line that matches. I'm going to do another one here. It's okay if it wiggles a little bit. I'm just going to fill up my page. So draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6 or 7 tree branches with the black. And then I'm going to take horizontal lines, kind of like dashes. I'm going to add them to the tree branches. And I want them really random and not exactly matching. They're not all meant to be the same. And I'm remembering to keep my hand straight up and down so that I'm not smearing the black pastel. This gives a little bit of texture to our trees. When I'm done with that, I'm going to put the black pastel away. Then the next tool I'm going to pick up is the white pastel. And we've done this lots of times before in art class where we use oil pastel, white pastel on the white paper. We're not going to see it at first, but we know that when we paint over it, the oil resists the water. And so pressing firmly, you can make a series of snowflakes. So I'm just going to make some random snowflakes in here. I can't really see them. I might make some dots for snow, falling snow. That's not a particular snowflake. A good way to make a snowflake, you could make a plus sign, 2 lines, and then some shorter lines going through like an X, and then little dots at the end. That's what I'm making, and I'm just making them all random sizes. So that's what mine look like, but with the white pastel. So make your snowflakes, different sizes, little dots. And I'm pushing pretty firm so that gets on there. Do another one up here. Fill up all of the spaces in between the tree branches because that's going to be your sky with falling snow. Trying to make it really random. Can kind of see where my marks are being made, so I'm just going to keep filling those in. So if you take a glance at it, maybe at the side you should have white oil pastel making snowflakes and dots for snow in between your branches. Okay, once you're happy with that, then you can pause the video right here and look at the slide that I have for you that shows warm and cool colors. You're gonna have watercolors like this. Actually, if I look at these, my warm colors are red, orange, yellow, and my cool colors are green, blue, and purple. So if I split this right in half, these are the warm and these are the cools. So you make the decision, your choice, if you are going to use just warm colors for your sky or just cool colors for your sky. So I'm gonna swish my brush in the water. None of my paints are wet yet. So I'm just gonna take a brush full of water, tap them into each color, not mixing yet, just tapping them in there. I'm not gonna use black and I'm not gonna use brown. So I think I'm gonna do warm colors. So I'm gonna tap it into red, and I think I'm gonna go red that gradually turns from orange into yellow. And then when you're painting these, you're gonna go right up to your branches, not going over your branches. And you know they're your branches because they have their little dashes. I think I'm gonna take it to right there for the red. Now they should be really watery. You should have more water than paint on your brushes in order to see your snow. And I can see right here my snowflake popping through. And another one, and the dots. So my goal with watercolor is to make sure there's more water than paint. And I'm filling in this lower part. The sky's gonna be darker at the bottom. And because I pushed firm with my white oil pastels, I can see the oil resisting, even right here, the watercolors. And I'm taking my time going in between the trees. Ballerina brush dances on her tippy toes or on the side. She does not scoot on her bottom. Sometimes you might have to stop and look and see where your branches are because you get a little confused. What's the sky and what's the branches? I'm only using 3 colors, the 3 warm colors. And I'm gonna overlap them a little bit to look like they're blending. And every place where I put my white oil pastel is magically appearing. I paint over it. Swish, swish, dab, dab your brush. No tap dancing brushes. So you have either chosen to use warm colors, red, orange, yellow, or cool colors, green, blue, purple. Okay, my last color, yellow for the top. And I like to overlap my colors with watercolors because they just blend really nice and easy together. It's fine. It's totally fine if your artwork doesn't look like your neighbor's. And I'm really working hard to not let my hand touch the artwork so it doesn't smear the black oil pastel or the paint. Okay, when I'm done with that part, you're going to take it while it's still wet. Gave you guys some containers with salt. You're going to take pinches of salt and you're going to drop it on to the wet painting. If your artwork's already dry, this isn't going to do anything. It has to be wet. We've done lots of projects like this in the past. You might be able to see it changing right now. The salt is absorbing the water, but when it completely dries, you'll see that the salt absorbed the water and it looks like it's crystallized. Makes it look like your painting has snowflakes on it. And then that's your winter landscape. And then when these are ready, I'm gonna hang them up for the winter performance in the cafeteria.